All right, so we're out here at the Barnegat Inlet jetty now. The lighthouse is now done. Looks nice. Not a bad start. When tog fishing, you really have to wait. You get those small bites, but you gotta wait for that pull. Once you feel that pull, then you can set that hook. Yeah. Oh, this is a good one. It's pulling drag. Oh, that's a good one.
Very big.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh, voilà. I knew it was big because it was pulling drag.
Heavy. That's pretty strong too.
Yeah. That might be my biggest one this year.
Wow.
17. Got my keeper.
Alright guys, so I'm going to show you how I rig up, rig up my rig for how I do for Tautog. So I usually use about 30 to 40 pound leader material. And depending on the current, you can do this with any sinker. Typically where I fish, I use a 4 ounce. But I take my leader material and I put it through the eye of the sinker, right? Then I take a bead, put that leader material through the hole of the bead, slide that down, and then I usually do about 8 to 10 inches, and I make a double the line over. And then what I do is I do just overhand knot twice. feeding that material back through that loop. Right, and then I pull that tight. Okay. Then I take my my hook. In this case, I like to use an Octopus 3.0 Gamakatsu. And the way I do this is I always feed the loop of the one end away from the hook. If I can get it. It can be tricky. Sometimes I have to use pliers to squish the material down. Right, so I put that through the hook, and then what I do is I go over it twice and I pull that through. And then this is what it would look like. The other end you tie to your braid. But essentially it's a fish finder rig, but for Tautog. What happens is the sinker comes down, hits bottom. Now your hook is floating, right? You got your sand flea or your green crab. And opposed to other rigs, right, where you have your sinker down and you have a loop up here, it's hard to feel that bite. What this allows me to do is in strong current, I can get down there and I can hold bottom, but at the same time I can feel that bite, right? Because what's happening is when that fish pulls, it's pulling through the eye of that hook, or I'm sorry, eye of the sinker, right? So rather than it happening to move the sinker to feel the bite, I can feel that bite right away. Hopefully this helps. I love this rig. I don't really see a lot of people using it. It's kind of something that I've just experimented on my own and did. I'm sure somebody out there is doing it, but it's just the setup that I like to do. So hopefully this helps, and tight lines.